Hi, today we've got news from Facebook, Android, Google, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I'm Natchi Lazarus, and this is the Connected Church News. This is the show where we bring you the top digital and social media news each week in less than 5 minutes. Let's get started. Our first big news of this week is about Android. Earlier this week, Android 11 was released around the world, and this is a much anticipated version because it was delayed due to COVID, and there were lots of testing going on with this version. And this version focuses mainly on two things. One is bringing messaging together. That is why I wanted to highlight this to you, because this is a trend that you as a non-profit or ministry need to note, because when companies like Google and Apple, which are dominating the market with devices, and they basically cater to the needs of the people, when they come out with new features in their operating system, it shows what people are going to be doing in the days to come. So two things I want you to note in this news. One is the messaging aspect. Android 11 is bringing all the notification from various messaging apps into one place. So which means private messaging, like we've been talking earlier, is going to become a big thing in the Android space. So you can check all your messaging notifications in one place and reply to them seamlessly. It's going to become very quick. The second is its connectivity with connected devices, like Android Auto is getting wireless connectivity, smart speakers. So this is a second big trend that you see with Android 11, and it's being rolled out with various devices, including OnePlus, Xiaomi, and other devices. So do check out this news item. Our next news is from Facebook. Last week, Facebook announced expansion to its data portability features. Facebook has been working on data portability, which is basically the ability for you to download your photos or videos that you've already uploaded on Facebook into your other storage systems like Google Photos and so on. Now they have added a very important integration, which is Dropbox. Dropbox has been growing, and most people are using Dropbox now because of various conveniences the app offers. Now Facebook allows you to download your photos and videos directly into Dropbox. This integration has been released as of last week. Our next news is about LinkedIn. Looks like LinkedIn is continuing to work on their Stories product, and this time a user has spotted LinkedIn testing links inside the Stories section. Just similar to the swipe up feature that you have on Instagram Stories, LinkedIn seems to be testing a link option that they might be giving. Now, we don't know whether that's going to be available to all users. First of all, LinkedIn Stories is not yet rolled out around the world. It's only available in a few markets. But now, with this Stories, is it an indication that they're going to roll it around the world? We don't know, but something to watch out for. Our next news is from Google, and seems to be an important and an interesting one that talks about the release of two new features that are connected to phone calls and SMS. And this is called verified calls and verified SMS by Google. Those of people who have Google phones can now see who is calling them with the name and logo of the organization and the reason why the organization is calling. This is predominantly for businesses and organizations that want to reach out to their audience, their customers, or people who they want to connect with over phone. Today what happens is you get a phone call from a random number, because a business calls from different number, right? So you call from different number. People don't pick it up because they think it's a spam or a scam call. So they don't pick up the call most of the time. But if they're able to see who is calling with the brand name, logo, and also the reason. For example, you call one of your donors and you say, this is from this particular non-profit or a ministry, and we're calling you for this reason. If that information is displayed, then it's more likely that they pick up the call, right? So that is what Google is starting to roll out. A very interesting feature, and if you want to try it out, go check out the way they partner. They have a partner program for this. You can sign up and you can get connected to the partners and eventually enroll in the system. So do check out this new feature. Hey, I just want to take a minute to remind you to subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already, so that you do not miss any news update that we release every week. Thank you. Now let's get back to our news item. Our final news of this week is from Twitter. Last week, Twitter announced the measures that they are taking to make Twitter more accessible for people with disabilities. they have added two teams. One is called the Accessibility Center of Excellence, and the other team is called the Experience Accessibility Team. So they are going to be working on making Twitter more accessible and coming up with features, which is what I wanted to bring to your attention, because two things. One is, if you are a non-profit working in that space where people need more accessibility, or people with disabilities, then this is a good news for you. You can pass this information on to them. Or if you're looking for new features that include, say, voice tweet enhancement, because that is something that they released a while ago. I'm sure they're going to continue to improve that as part of this initiative. And also things like automated captions and other features that we can expect from Twitter in the days to come could be something that is useful for you. So do check out this news from Twitter. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you taking the time to be with me today. And if you like to dig deeper into any of the stories we talked about, we've got all the source links and details on our news page, natchilazarus.com/news. Do check it out. I'll see you next week with another set of news items. Until then, you stay connected, stay blessed, and stay very safe. God bless you.